Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to the 3rd of June. Little woman's hiding. She's in her skivvies up there. For the first time, it's trying to be nice out here. It's been quite cool and very cloudy all day today. Before the weekend's over, I gotta go out here and tackle this here lawn. But first, I want to talk and show you guys something. You can sure tell how big you are and what a impact you are on the world when you have a simple little light recall. It's a recall, so it's safety, so I guess, you know, but what it is so simple, but still it's a safety thing and it needs to be addressed. But when Harley has one, it literally makes world news, not national, world news. It is everywhere. Google Harley Davidson oil leak and it's pages of it, literally pages of it. And when I show you what it is, if this was faulty, it would definitely cause an issue. But it's amazing how Harley has a recall and it makes world news. A recent unnamed company just recently had a recall, and I mean, the bike could catch on fire and you could be a ball of fire going down the road. And needless to say, you'd probably crash from that. But that didn't even, I don't think it even made motorcycle news, much less any kind of national news of any kind. But I pulled this cover off out of the way to show you what it is. It's very simple. Let me get into position here and I'll show you. And even though my VIN is affected, it was all the M8s made within a certain time period. And you can go to Harley, if you're concerned that yours is part of that, you can go to harleydavidson.com and you can type your VIN in and check to see if yours is part of it. Mine is. So even though I can see it's okay, it's still, I have to, and I'm going to do it next weekend, I'm going to have to officially take it to a Harley dealer and have them look at it, give it the blessing, and then take the thing off of my VIN record. Again, let me get down there and I'll show you. Alright, let's see if I can show you this from, I mean, it'd be nice if the bike was on a lift and I could show you properly. But that's an Oetiker clamp. There's one on the other side, and then there's also one right up there. And here's where it's going to be tricky if I can show you this or not. Let me flip the camera around. Oh, I had my finger over one of the mics there. I apologize for that. But this gap, when these are special clamps, they're called Oetiker clamps. And when this thing is crimped properly, there's a gap right here between this side and that side. It takes a special set of pliers to do it. And you can see that both of mine are crimped properly. If you can see the gap on this one. See, that one's crimped properly, and that one's, well, trust me, that one's fine. I can't get over there with the camera from where I'm at. But this one is also done proper. It's hard to get the camera to focus on what you want it to. Proper gap. So there's 3 Oetiker clamps. What the recall is a worker, most likely, did not crimp those clamps properly. And if they don't crimp properly, there's a nipple. You know how all hose fittings have a nipple on there. And that nipple is just like a safety thing. So if you know, the clamp wasn't on tight enough, if it slid, it's going to hit that nipple. And even if this isn't tight enough, it's not going to go across. Well, when I say tight enough, I mean it has to be tight enough that it can't go across there, or it can't produce a leak. If it leaks, hits the ground here, guess where it goes? Right there, that big black round thing that rolls around. Oil on your rear tire is really bad news. And worse yet, if the clamp was loose enough that it could escape past this nipple on either one of these 3 joints, now you got massive oil hitting the ground. and that gets real ugly. Now obviously there's 2 hoses, and I only showed you 3 clamps, so where's the end of the third? That is one of those heavy duty pinch clamps back here where it's going into the engine case. That's almost impossible to show you that, or to make the camera, unless I manual focus it. But anyway, that's a big heavy duty one, and it's on there in a proper location. It's on the other side of the nipple. One of the dangers too is if you clamp down on the nipple, it could fall the wrong side should something get loose or weak or whatever. So the clamp needs to be on the inside of the nipple, so if the hose was to try to pull free, the nipple would stop it. But I'll show you the pliers that are used to crimp those. Okay, so this cover, if you're wondering, it's got like little lock tabs that it just kind of hangs on at the top, and it's got the little side cover grommets. But if you notice, they're very sharp, the grommets. So they pull the little grommet out of the oil cooler, but one side of the grommet's wider, like it's like a washer shaped thing. One's wider than the other, so it comes out with the cover. Just put them back in the same way they came out, and then the cover pops back in, no problem. But these are Oetiker clamp pliers. Come on, camera. And you'll notice that this side is for cutting the Oetiker clamp when you're replacing them. And you'll see the other side actually has a gap in it. And that gap is so you don't over tighten and possibly weaken the Oetiker clamp. Can you see the groove in it? But that's Oetiker clamp pliers. Don't be using side cutters or anything like that. I've seen people without the pliers use side cutters. You can over tighten, and the worst thing is if you over tighten and the cutters nick the little folding area of the Oetiker clamp. If it does that, that clamp is weak and it could come off. And I'm telling you right now, do not try to fix your own motorcycle. If you're part of that range, don't be in there messing around. I'm just telling you, go in there, look. If you don't see them things pinched down tight like that, have it hauled or whatever. Don't drive it. And don't be in there messing around with it. You could get yourself voided out of the warranty. I'm just looking to make sure mine's fine so I can drive it up north next weekend. They're having a show or something up there, and I'm just going to set it up so the guys can take a peek. All they got to do is look at it, verify it, and run their report, recall compliance report through Harley Davidson and say this one's fixed. Plus, he's got a really super nice customer actually put one of these 3-inch wind cutters on his Ultra Limited and never used his stock shield, and he's given me, says, I'll never use it, you can have my shield. So it's a brand new shield off of a brand new bike. So for those tours, long trips, I'll have a nice touring shield for this thing. Won't that be nice? Super, super nice, people. But that's it for the recall. No big deal. If you got a loose clamp, it could potentially be a huge deal. So, look at yours before you ride it again, and if it looks loose, please don't fix it yourself and then take it to the dealer. Just have it hauled or whatever. Don't be messing around down there. You can mess something up. You put the wrong tweak on one of those oil cooler tubes, and you could weaken the oil cooler, and you could create your own troubles. I'm just telling you. I'm just showing you what this is about. I'm not telling you to do anything. But if yours are crimped down like mine are, you're safe enough to take it to the dealer. Make sure the hose is all the way on like mine are. The clamps are crimped in the right area on the hose like mine are, and then ride it to your dealer and have them perform the inspection. If they deem that's still not safe, they're going to replace it for you. The clamps. That's it. All right.